Good morning, people. What's going on? What's happening? Listen, I have found a new best friend, and the new best friend is called Sin Compromiso. I did a review on this last week, and I was really just blown away from the cigar. It's a very good cigar. To me, personally, it's definitely on the upscale of the Plasencia line and the Padron line and the top end Fuente line. It's just a solid stick from start to finish. Today, I want to talk about business. I've been fortunate enough to definitely dabble in investing in my own. Going out, spending money on something that I believe in. Sometimes it didn't work out that way. Sometimes it did. I've never been afraid to invest in myself. I think that anything that you get involved with, you have to invest in first of all yourself, because you got to have some blood in the game. And we can get caught up with a lot of different things, and how they always sit back and they'll say people start businesses with other situations, and that's great, but it's a lot of different variables that you have in that. First of all, you have to be able to be in a creditor situation, whereas if you're not going to utilize your money, if you're not utilizing your money, you got the credit score to make sure that you don't have to utilize your money. And that's where you come across a situation where you have to be ready for. Then you have to do your research. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you got to do the research on it. Because if you go into investors and angel investors and things of that nature, what you're going to have to do is be prepared to answer any questions that they want to do. Now, we can get caught up in a situation where, as we're saying, hey, we're entrepreneurs and we're this and we're that. But if your business is self-controlled, you don't have any employees, then you're just you're really just you're a business owner with no employees, in that aspect. You work for yourself. You don't employ anyone. You don't have anyone gainfully employed. You're not able to take the tax breaks on employee payout. You really are bartering. Either you're selling a service such as hair lashes, anything like that. That's that. I don't know too many businesses that can be done based strictly on that particular person, because a business is involved with a lot of different people. Whether they are not employed with you, it's also going to be people that are going to guide you, get you in the right direction, take you up under their wing. Now, it doesn't matter how old you get. Someone can always take you up under their wing. But the one thing that I have learned from people, and that is that people who have gone out here and made their money, they don't take just anybody under their wing. They got to see something in you. They have to see some type of hustle in you. They got to see some type of research in you. And because what they're doing is they're investing in you. They're not investing in whatever the line is. they invested in whatever you're telling them, and they've seen the research, and they see that, okay, with this model, this is what this should do. And they are fortunate enough to be able to have the finances and the funding and the liquidity to be able to assist you out. So there's not one person that I know of that can sit back and say, hey, I did this on my own. No. Just because you might be cutting hair or doing hair or, designing something, it is someone that you have reached out to that has offered support and help, whether you want to believe it or not. Let's be realistic. And we have to just be honest and go from there. But when we have situations where you got someone that comes in and you can have a great idea, you can have a great situation for you. You've done the research, and I've always been a type, whereas I'm not trying to be, me personally, I'm not trying to be excessive, because I understand the game. Just like when I was, recording, doing music and things of that nature, I understood the concept of this. Whenever you sign a contract, especially a music contract, you're coming in below zero, because once you understand mechanicals and you understand anything that is invested into you is going to be paid back first before anything starts to be divvied out. So if I have a recording contract and they sign me, every time that I go to the studio, that time is going to be locked out. So it's not whereas they're giving you carte blanche to come in and record for free, because it's not free. They're going to allocate those hours, and they're going to maximize those hours so that it gets the maximum amount that they would charge for a studio. Now, because they are recording professional sound and CD quality, therefore, and they have edited that and mastered it, they can now charge, whatever they want. So when you turn around, if you have a deal, and then you make $100,000, and then you see something that says $30,000 for recording, by the time you get anything on it, you'll probably see maybe $7,000, maybe $8,000 out of that $100,000. On a good deal, you may see 20, 25. But that's only if you are invested in that. You pay for a lot of different things, and you've done it yourself. So when you look at it on a scale from a production standpoint, I got $30,000 already invested in you, because I recorded your entire album. I've mixed and mastered your album, engineered the sessions. Those are individuals that keep getting paid. Engineers, anybody that you call in to get anything done, you got to pay them people. And so I say all of that to say this. We have to understand that the closest that you can get back to zero, the quicker you can start making money. Me personally, I've never been the one to sit here and try to be, oversexed. So I'm not gonna, if I only need 15, 20 grand, I'm not gonna ask for 100. But do you have some people out here that feel like, well, if you're doing an investment and you have, you're asking for, $10,000, $20,000 to get it started, and you've shown that, hey, I'm only using this to get to this point. Once I get to this point, I'm paying everything that I got back. I don't believe in owing a situation. I don't believe in having no damn body hanging over my head. If I owe you, I want to pay you. And that's just how I see business. And we'll sit back and get caught up by thinking that, well, if I ask for a lot, they'll be more acceptable to giving it to me, and as opposed to asking for a small amount just to do what I need to do so that I don't have to have any long ties in with you. If you believe in a person and you want to invest, regardless of whatever they're asking, if you're going to do the investment, do the investment. If you're not going to do the investment, don't waste their time. I'd rather a person come up to me and say, hey, listen, hey, man, this is just not for me. And I can respect you a hell of a lot more. But when you come around and say, hey, man, shoot stuff over to me and you really don't want to see it or figure out a way to kind of make sure it gets done, then those are situations that make a person bitter. And it puts them in a different place because you never know what psychologically they are. They can be at that boiling point. And, then it makes them get to the point whereas if they are blessed to the point whereas they continue to keep grinding and they work it out, is it okay for now people to come around and be like, hey, yeah, I've always believed in you. Okay. Well, hey, man, I got this going on. There's nothing that really and truthfully we need to discuss because what you've shown me, and that is that you don't have a good eye for talent. And I understand and I realize that some people can't see. They're not visionaries. They might be money people, but they're not visionaries. And your visionaries, if money people are smart, they're going to always attach themselves to a visionary. Because a visionary thinks outside the box. A visionary thinks past this level, this level, this level. He sees everything in 3D, or 4D, rather. He sees everything in 4D. When he walks like a builder, when he walks on that land, he can have a land full of trees. And please believe, when he evaluates that property, he sees where the driveway is going to go. He sees how he's going to set the septic up, or how he's going to run the lines into the city. He's going to see how he's going to know how he's going to put the house, how he's going to center it around. If you want to still keep the house natural, the foundation, he's going to see all of that. He's going to see all of that without even looking at anything just by looking at a piece of land. Well, you have some people, they can't see that. They have to wait until at least the roads get put in. The pavement is done. Some people, they have to be in a situation whereas they, well, I can't see the road, past the road, so I need the frame of the house up. And then you got some that once you even get the frame of the house up, they still don't see how the house is going to flow. So they have to go by and wait until all the walls are up, all the carpet is up, and then they can visualize it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It just means that they're not connected to themselves to the point where they can visually see all of that. They can see past the roughage. They can see past the trees. They can see past everything. So anyone that I would say that's entrepreneur, or you have that entrepreneurship in you, get yourself around people that are going to invest in you, be there for you. And even if you come in and bring them a solid plan, they just want to see you succeed. And not what they can make off of you. And that's the beginning stages of an associate that's turning to a close friend. And you can believe it or not, you can take with it or not. Everybody have their own different concepts of how they view life and how they view people around them. If you're a solid person, be a solid person. But I've come to realization that even with everything that I do, I can't do everything on my own. Even though I feel like I have to be a part of all of it, I have to be able to trust people that when they say they're going to do something, that's what they're going to do. If they want to be a part, they're going to be a part. If they don't want to be a part, then that's fine. I have no no ill feelings about that. It just means that some people are just not in that position. And to me, nothing is going to change. If I come across with you and I present something to you and you say, hey, I really don't, that's just not my skilo. Hey, it's no problem. Hey, when I see you, how's everything going? How's the family? We're going to still sit around and laugh and chuckle. But I know that that's where that relationship is. And I'm not going to try to, look at you or bring any type of money to you or look at trying to make money with you because, you just maybe not in that financial situation or that position, or you just, you just don't look at investing like that. We have to learn how to, if we want to grow as in people, we're going to have to learn how to start investing in our own. There's no other culture that don't invest in their own people. They all do. We're the only ones that sit back and look for a hookup when it comes down to somebody like who we are. And that's a damn bad situation. So I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of, hey, we gotta start investing in ourselves, getting around people that are going to look at if we need the investment, even if they don't do the investment, but they help you out to put you in the right direction. And I got a team of people, and I want to thank all of you guys for everything that has been taught to me, told to me, shown to me, provided to me by the people that I consider friends. Sometimes being a friend is not sugarcoating anything or being a do boy or a do girl or a do person, but just giving them the real, hey man, have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? Because they might throw something at you where you be like, man, damn, I didn't think about that. So now let me research and make sure that I cover that ground. But they're always supportive. Hey man, how's it going? If I might can't financially help you out, but I can connect you to somebody that might. And guess what? Hey man, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So this cigar is out for y'all guys. For you guys like that. I salute you. I applaud you. Continue to keep doing your work. Because me personally, that's how I've always did my life. There's always been people that come to me, that ask me something. I'm not looking at it from a monetary standpoint, how I can get money out of you. If I can help you, I will. If I can give you guidance, I will. If I can give you information, I will. And I'm not going to hold back on it. So, y'all do good. Enjoy your Sunday. Watch some of these games. And smoke well, my friends. That's just what it's about.